This is David Skrika. I'm here at Alabama Graphite's property, symbol ALP, on the CNSX. And right behind us is actually one of their drill rigs. And the cameraman there has a piece of the rock that has grades of graphite in it. And I'm here with Daniel Spine, the CEO. And so, Daniel, why don't you just a quick 5-minute overview is how you came into this project, because there's not many graphite projects. This might be the only one in the United States, and how you came here to Alabama and decided to develop this project.
Oh, thanks, David. We came here in May, and we took a look around, and part of the public road that comes into the property, the graphite outcrops, and we were able to do some surface sampling to make a decision on whether we wanted to go ahead with the mineral lease. It turned out that the samples, over 100 samples, graded 4% graphite, so that gave us an indication that there was graphite here. And we went through the data at the Alabama Geological Survey in Tuscaloosa and looked at some of the history of mining here and what could be done. And we felt certain enough at that point, after doing a mineral title search in the Coosa County Courthouse, to sign a mineral lease August 1st. We subsequently signed a service lease with a timber company here, and we've been drilling since the end of September. This is hole number 22, I believe, or 23. So in less than a month and a half, we've done 23 holes. We've done 12 fences that are 500 feet each to border the deposit, and now we're drilling inside of the production grid, and we're going to put about 80 holes in here, and it's going along pretty smoothly. We feel that we're going to develop a saleable product, and we're going to analyze this rock.
And when do you estimate that you'll have kind of a first 43101 compliant resource?
We're attempting to, at the rapid pace we're going, we feel we can have a resource estimate in the marketplace sometime next spring.
Okay, so that's less than half a year away.
Right.
And in terms, I guess we should outline of where we are, is that we're actually less than a mile away from the power grid.
Yeah, we are.
Or roughly a mile.
Yeah, we're roughly a mile from a major power grid, Alabama Power.
And this is only about a 2-hour drive to Atlanta.
It's 2 hours to Atlanta, about an hour and 15 minutes from Birmingham.
So you're near a lot of infrastructure. Like the only unpaved road we're on here is the road right in the property.
Right, and that's already been a dirt road that's been established by the timber companies and some hunting folks back here. So we've had good infrastructure here, yeah. And the weather's great, as you can see. It's the middle of November. It's 65 degrees. The average temperature in Birmingham in the middle of winter is 54 degrees for the high. The average low is around freezing.
And in the summers in the 90s or so?
Yeah, in the summer the average temperature is in the 90s in the day. So it's a good place to work year-round. We've got a lot of people that want jobs around here, and we feel that based upon what we're going to look at in these assays, we think this project's a major go at this point.
Because you're looking for, and actually one thing you elaborate on, because graphite's a little different from gold, because when you find gold, it's gold, right? Yeah, but graphite, there's actually different types of flakes, which determine its value and economic use.
Exactly, David. And we know from looking at the historical documents that were written and established in the 1920s and 1930s at the Alabama Geological Survey that this was in the oxide portion that was mined. All of it was flake graphite, and distribution was about a third small flake, a third medium, and a third larger quartz. So we feel that given enough time to analyze this, we not only feel that we can develop a pretty big oxide resource, but we're drilling into the reduced rock here, and we want to see how that looks too. So we're going to begin metallurgy as soon as we can, along with these assays. And we're going to get a good feel for what kind of saleable product we're going to have as soon as possible.
And just the last thing, just to elaborate, just in case some of the people watching this or listening don't quite know the applications for graphite. Right. Tell them why it's so strategic and important that you get a producing property here in the United States.
Right. The U.S. right now imports all of its graphite, and that potential rests at 72,000 metric tons per year. They've used synthetics to, have some of that demand, but we feel that there's a big enough demand out there for natural crystalline graphite that we feel our product would be sellable into the market. And this is going to be a U.S. story. Now, we have that option. The Port of Mobile is 3 hours down the road, but we feel that we want to keep this product in state. And what's nice is, we're going to have an open pit mine that we can just take a couple trucks a day with some nice high saleable product out to some end users that are hopefully going to be real happy with our product.
And of course, graphite's used in batteries for
Oh,
electric cars.
its uses are, 60 to 70% of the use is always going to be in the steel industry, but that other 30% is a high-paid product. It's used for carbon fiber technology, such as the new Boeing 787 or the Airbus, and I think it's going to be used a lot more in car design
with high
technology.
gas prices.
And it's the properties of graphite lend itself to conductive elements inside of some of these new battery technologies, whereas you need graphite for the battery to function properly. And that's the high pay product, and hopefully we can get there, with our product. And it's an early stage here. Like I said, we've been drilling for just 5 weeks now, and we haven't even got our first assays back yet. That's all being shipped out right now as we speak, and we should have assays in a couple weeks. But then we're going to get some metallurgy done. We'll know what we have, but we'd like to fit in somewhere in the high end, and and wherever the product can be sold at the most price, we're going to.
And you're talking that's roughly between $1,200 and $1,800.
Yeah, the price now.
Roughly from the low to high end.
The price of flake graphite now runs from, like, say, $1,150 up to $1,900. So as a sellable product, and we feel that our production costs here, with the infrastructure in place and the ability to operate year-round without any special accommodations for weather and employees and things like that, as far as weather, we think we'll have a good production cost where we can make some nice margins.
Okay, so this is David Skrika signing off from Alabama Graphite Property.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.